Ajara returns to Labour House after honouring police invitation. Kano Airport cleaner returns $10,000 found in aircraft. Police foil kidnap attempt in GBL local government area of Katsina State. And on the foreign scene, Maduro replies EU's borrow over re-election comments in Venezuela presidential poll. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Morning. The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajaero, has returned to the Labour House after honouring the invitation of the police. Ajaero reported at the first headquarters in Abuja on Thursday morning, accompanied by human rights lawyer Femi Falano, SAN, and others. He left the headquarters of the Police Intelligence Response Team at about 11:15 a.m. after writing his statement. The NLC leader did not speak to journalists at the IRT headquarters, but promised to speak at the Labour headquarters. His invitation by the police, allegedly about an investigation bordering on terrorism financing, had generated controversy, with NLC and other labour unions accusing the federal government of attempting to intimidate labour leaders. Before honouring the invitation, Labour members had gathered at the headquarters of the Nigerian Labour Congress on Thursday in solidarity with their president.
Congress, the labour movement is worth dying for because of the patriotism and commitment. The labour movement is one of the biggest pan-Nigerian organizations. Our patriotism from the days of colonial government to even the period of the military is unshakable. We are more patriotic than any other institution you can think of in this country. And we are going to continue to be that. We have gone there and we are back. I just want to confirm to you that as a citizen, I've gone there and we are back here. So, and you can't do this job we are doing without this type of hazard. It's expected.
In a remarkable display of honesty, a commercial driver in Kano who discovered the bag containing large sum of money has returned it to the police. Reports said that the money was discovered by roadside and commendations are trailing the action of the driver.
According to eyewitnesses, the bag was found on the road during rush hour and heavy rainfall. The driver, Safianu Bashir Muhammad, was shocked to discover a black bag by the roadside and picked it, and later discovered it was filled with hundreds of dollars in cash and other items that were not disclosed. The driver, Safianu Bashir, had been struggling financially, but when he stumbled upon the bag, he didn't hesitate to do the right thing.
The owner of the house where I am staying as a tenant has called me asking me of a payment of 20,000 naira, so I had to resist that. I have two kids who are 6 and 4 years old and are not enrolled in school because of my financial situation.
Despite their own financial needs, the driver couldn't shake the feeling that the money's rightful owner must be frantically searching for it.
When I saw the money, I came to the realization that whoever owns the money needs it most because of the current situation. I therefore explained to my boss, who said we should contact the Bureau de Change operators whether anyone lost the money. They were contacted, and after 3 hours, they called to say none of their members lost any money. We then reported at the state CID and explained to them.
The police are currently investigating the origin of the money and working to reunite it with its rightful owner, where the police stated only the owner of this bag will be able to identify the items in the bag.
Approached the Mumbai police headquarters here and reported that he found a bag along Hadeja Road here in Kano by Dakata Junction. And when he got the bag that was likely lost by somebody, he was able to check the bag and he saw some money inside, and he decided to bring it to the police command here in Kano. We have issued our press release calling on the owner of the said bag to come for identification.
The incident serves as a reminder that honesty and integrity are still valued in our society. Mariam Haliru, Trust TV News, Kano.
Still in the spirit of honesty and patriotism, an employee of the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, NARCO, Awal Dangodi, has been praised for his integrity after returning $10,000, approximately 16 million naira. Dankodo, a worker at Malam Aminu Kano International Airport in the state, was said to have found the money while cleaning the aircraft. According to a Wednesday post by security analyst and counterinsurgency expert Zagazola Makaman on X, Dankodi discovered the cash during his routine cleaning duties and immediately reported it to the airline company's manager. His selfless act, he said, has highlighted the importance of honesty and accountability in the workplace. Zagazola added that as investigations continue to identify the owner of the lost money, Owl's actions serve as a shining example of the positive impact that even small acts of kindness can have. Over in Katsina State, the police command says it has foiled an attempt by bandits to kidnap a girl in Faru village of Jibia local government area of the state. The command's public relations officer, ASP Abubakar Sadiq, disclosed in a statement on Thursday. He said a distress call was received at the Jibia Divisional Police Headquarters on a bandits' attack on Faru village, as well as the kidnapping of one person. Sadiq added that the Jibia DPO mobilized a joint team of operatives in collaboration with members of the Katsina State Community Watch Corps, members of the vigilante, and responded to the scene. According to him, the team engaged the assailants in a gun duel, successfully rescued the kidnapped victim unhurt, and foiled the attack as the assailants fled the scene with various degrees of bullet injuries. He added that efforts are being intensified to arrest the fleeing suspects. The Akwa Ibom State Commissioner of Police, Wahid Ayilara, is dead. Ayilara, it was guarded, died in the early hours of Thursday at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Ikeja. Sources close to the family said he underwent prostate cancer surgery on Wednesday before he died hours later. A top police officer in Akwa Ibom State who spoke on condition of anonymity also confirmed the CP's death. In November of 2023, as a DCP, Ayilara was unveiled as the acting commissioner of police in Lagos. Ayilara, a former deputy commissioner of police in charge of the State Criminal Investigation Department, took over from AIG Idowu Owohunwa. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Wetokun, deployed Ayilara to head Akwa Ibom State Command in February of 2024. May his soul rest in peace. Now, pastoralists in Taraba State have lost over 1,000 cows to a disease that broke out on the Mambila Plateau in Sardana local government area of the state. This is the first time pastoralists in the area will record these huge losses. Reports said the outbreak of hemorrhagic septicemia, a serious cattle disease, was first detected on July 10 this year in Dorofi and some other villages in the area. On the Mambila Plateau, both the Fulani and other tribes are actively involved in livestock production. All pastoralists practice complete ranching there by restricting the movement of cows. A pastoralist, Abbas Yakubu, said they got relief when the veterinary team from the state's Ministry of Agriculture moved in quickly to treat and control the spread of the disease. Another pastoralist estimated the loss to be worth over 3 billion naira. The director of Veterinary Services in the Ministry of Agriculture, Francis Nathan, said his team quickly moved to the affected areas to start treatment of the affected animals. According to him, over 500,000 cows were treated and vaccinated. The federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with an aircraft manufacturer, Boeing, to boost the nation's aviation sector. Disclosing this in a statement on Thursday, the Special Assistant on Media and Communications to the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Tunde Moshood, said the move would facilitate the acquisition of aircraft. He also said the MOU would help to improve Nigeria's aviation infrastructure and operational standards. The signing ceremony took place on Wednesday in Seattle, Washington, United States, in the presence of key Nigerian aviation stakeholders. The MOU was signed by the minister and Biesi Yidbarek, Boeing's Vice President of Commercial Sales and Marketing for Africa, and marks a significant step forward in enhancing the operational efficiency and safety of Nigerian airlines while positioning them for growth in the global aviation market. The Plateau House of Assembly has approved a reduction in the tenure of elected local government officials from 3 years to 2. This change aligns with the amended Plateau State Independent Electoral Commission Law of 2024. Speaking in Jos, Matthew Kwarapo Chairman of the House Committee on Information explained that the decision was influenced by the recent financial autonomy granted to local governments across the country. The amendment was introduced after careful consideration of a bill sponsored by Joseph Gokum, which sought to revise the 2017 Local Government Councils law. The lawmakers said the reduction in tenure is intended to enhance oversight and adaptability as local governments navigate the new financial landscape. The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Education, has set up a subcommittee to review the demands of the Academic Staff Union of Universities as both parties agree to reconvene by September 6. These decisions were taken at the end of a closed-door meeting held at the Ministry of Education in Abuja on Wednesday. The meeting, which lasted for 2.5 hours, had in attendance the leadership of Asuu, the Minister of Education, Terhel Maman, and other officials of the ministry. Briefing newsmen at the end of the meeting, Maman said that all grey areas were ironed out and resolved. President of Asuu, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, expressed the hope that all issues would be resolved before the September 6th meeting. A 23-year-old man, Ayodele Gabriel, was discovered dead in his bathroom after a fire broke out in his apartment at Sakura Estate, Shagamu, Ogun State. The Ogun State Police Command Public Relations Officer Odutola Omolola confirmed the incident on Thursday. Ayodele was reportedly found unconscious in the bathroom and rushed to the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital in Shagamu, Ogun State, where he was pronounced dead. The landlord, Oluwaseun Emmanuel, informed the police that he noticed a fire in the one-bedroom apartment occupied by the deceased. He then alerted neighboring residents who helped to extinguish the flames and force open the door. Now, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, says its Marine Corps, or rather Marine officers, have seized no fewer than 60 bags of Canadian loud in Lagos. The Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of the agency, Brigadier General Muhammad Bubu Marwa, who made this known at a press briefing, commended the officers involved and reiterated the agency's commitment to fight the inflow and outflow of illicit drugs in the country to a standstill.
On the 23rd of August, in the course of the day, they received intelligence about some criminals from a neighboring country that will be importing into Nigeria cannabis. They immediately swung into action and went to sea at 8 p.m. that same night. They were in the boat for about 2 hours to the interdiction point in pitch darkness. Upon getting to the interdiction point, they floated there for another 4 hours. You really couldn't get more dedicated, waiting in the middle of the ocean. And eventually, at about 3 in the morning, they made this interdiction. In the face of violent provocation, they didn't lose focus. They went ahead, made the arrest, and also the seizure. They were able to seize 60 bags of Canadian loud, which is a strong strain of cannabis weighing 2.4 tons that night. They also successfully arrested Hambo Tete, 30, a Ghanaian, and of course impounded the exhibit boat itself, which was powered by 3 outboard engines.
Now to more stories. Eco Electricity Distribution Company has disconnected the power supply to the University of Lagos, Akoka, over unpaid electricity bills. This was made known in a statement by the university management on Wednesday. The institution has been grappling with the burden of rising electricity costs. This challenge was further made worse when EKEDC upgraded the university's tariff category from Band B to Band A, resulting in a hike in monthly electricity bills. Before the upgrade, Unilag was said to be paying between 150 million naira and 180 million naira monthly. The institution's management expressed regret over the blackout that has hit the campus since Tuesday. The management explained that despite ongoing negotiations with EKEDC and the recent payment of 180 million naira on August 20, the university was abruptly disconnected from the power supply on August 27 without any prior notice. Residents of Orobiri community in Ekeremo local government area of Bayelsa State are calling on government at all levels to assist them in addressing the devastating effect of ocean surge which hit the community recently. Now, Trust TV's correspondent Friday Bumobowe Peter, who visited the coastal community, reports that the surge has resulted in the loss of over 1,000 kilometers of land and valuable properties. Here's his report.
A robbery community located in a Ekeremo local government area of Bayelsa State is host to EA Oil Drilling Company. The people, however, live in palpable fear following the non-stop ocean surge ravaging the area. Eric Tonye, a chief who has already lost his building to the disaster threatening the community, attribute it to the rise in sea level, leaving monumental destruction in its trails.
The community has been crying for these past 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You can see with your coverage, with your video coverage, that 75% of the community landmarks has been totally washed off. With the experience, with your coverage, nobody can tell the truth but your coverage. So, at this moment, we don't have any option to cry more. We are still crying to the local and state government.
This predominantly fishing settlement has lost several properties, including huge landmass, churches, schools, and residential buildings to the coastal monarch.
We are like a total stranger. We are new to this water stuff, like entering into the community. And I would like to say that the government should please come to here, because now for couples to come from outside to say they are landing in this type of community, to like say they want to stay here and serve the community and to help the community at large. Even they willingly want to stay because of this water issue. They might like reject the offer of even staying here.
What we are facing today is a twin problem. When I say twin problem, the issue of coastal flooding and that of erosion over the years. And what we are seeing today is in fact very devastating, because over the years there has been this issue of flooding and coupled with that of erosion. So what we are facing today is, the thing is beyond us. It's something we cannot cope on our own. And that's the reason why we are now calling on the state government to please come to our help.
What is happening in our community is very, very pathetic. I don't know why the state government could not even listen to us. I think our votes are counting. We are in Nigeria. Why can't the government look into this situation if we are humans? I don't know, I don't understand. We are using this medium to call on the Bayelsa state government, the miracle governor. Please give us a listening ear.
The people of Orobiri community are worried that if urgent steps are not taken to address the disaster, the existence of the community may become history. From Orobiri community, Friday Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News.
Nigeria has become the first African country to obtain Mpox vaccines after receiving 10,000 doses from the United States of America. Nigerian authorities have reportedly prioritized 5 states, namely Bayelsa, Edo, Cross River, Lagos, and Rivers, which are the states with the highest burden of Mpox cases for the vaccines. Mpox cases have been confirmed in more than 10 of Nigeria's 36 states. Ceremonial signing in Abuja on Tuesday came 1 week after the World Health Organization declared a global health emergency. The executive director and CEO of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Muyaino, said the handover ceremony symbolizes more than a transfer of vaccines, but the power of international cooperation in addressing global and local health challenges. The U.S. envoy to Nigeria, while explained by Nigeria received the first delivery, said the government has put together a vaccination plan which will ensure that the vaccines are used effectively. According to the WHO, most people with Mpox will recover within 2 to 4 weeks. And in business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has lifted its suspension on banks borrowing from its window known as the Standing Lending Facility. The Apex Bank also pegged the lending rate at 31.75%, equal to the decisions made at the 296th meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee of the bank. Director of Financial Markets Department, Omolara Duke, in a statement dated August 26, 2024, said the Monetary Policy Committee adjusted the upper corridor of the standing facilities to 5% from 1% around the MPR at its 296th meeting. Duke said authorized dealers are now permitted to access the SLF at 31.75% and access ILF to avoid system gridlock at no cost if repaid the same day. On a foreign scene, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro took aim at the European Union's foreign affairs chief after the bloc's top diplomat said Maduro had not provided the necessary public evidence to prove he was the winner of July's elections. The bloc joined a slate of other Latin American countries and the United States in rejecting the backing by Venezuelan Supreme Court of the government's disputed claims of victory. Authorities repeated calls for Maduro to release the election's official tally sheets, considered the one verifiable vote count in Venezuela, as they are almost impossible to replicate. Only complete and independently verifiable results will be accepted and recognized, Joseph Borrell, the High Representative of the EU, said in a statement. Maduro claims that he won the presidential vote but so far has refused to release the tallies. Meanwhile, the main opposition coalition has accused Maduro of trying to steal the vote. Sports ahead of the 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifiers, coach Gernot Rohr has called up 25 players to camp. The Cheetahs of Benin will commence their campaign in the qualifiers with a clash against Nigeria Super Eagles in Uyo. Rohr on Thursday announced the list of 25 players who will face the three-time African champions. The list consists of 3 goalkeepers, 10 defenders, 7 midfielders, and 5 strikers. The game slated for Gospel Akpabio Stadium will see Rohr facing Super Eagles' new coach Bruno Labbadia. Still in sports, former Super Eagles striker and coach Samson Tiasia has confirmed interest from Mighty Jets FC of Jos after completing the ban imposed on him by FIFA. Tiasia was initially given a lifetime ban from football by FIFA, but he challenged the decision in court, where the ban was reduced to 5 years. Speaking at a World Press Conference in Abuja organized by his friends, Tiasia expressed gratitude to those who supported him during his challenging times. Tiasia was quoted as saying, 5 years have come and gone, and now it's time to hit the ground running. I'm ready to start anew. He acknowledged receiving coaching offers from home and abroad, adding that in the meantime, nothing concrete has been arrived at. Still in sports, Liverpool striker Darwin Núñez has been handed 5 banned games after violent scenes following Colombia's 1-0 win over Uruguay in the semi-finals of the 2024 Copa America. Núñez is one of 11 players banned by South American football body CONMEBOL. He was seen climbing into the stands after the game, with violence breaking out in the area of the stadium where the players' families were seated. While Uli Núñez got 5 games banned, his international teammates and Tottenham Hotspur midfielder Rodrigo Bentancur is banned for 4 games. It means that Núñez will miss matches against Paraguay, Venezuela, Peru, Ecuador and Colombia before finally returning for the game against Brazil in November. Also, Núñez was fined $20,000 and Bentancur $16,000, while the Uruguayan FA was fined $120,000. That's it for news updates at this time. For more of our programs, news and documentaries, please do follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us.